Hello, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com. In today's Shaky Cam interior review, we're going to look at the 2014 Nissan Titan Pro-4X. I almost called it a Tundra. Somebody would have slapped me. All right, this is Nissan's full-size pickup truck. So I'm going to run through the interior here, show you a couple of things that I like and a couple of things I don't like. And give you an idea what the inside of this truck looks like. Then we'll, in a later review, we'll talk about the truck as a whole. So to start out with, this is the mirrors and window controls, as well as door locks. I really hate that they put these on the windowsill. The Toyota 4Runner does the same thing. It's a highly annoying placement. It gets rained on, it gets snowed on. It's way up here where you have to reach up for it instead of just, right here where your arm's going to be anyway. I do like these mirrors though. The side mirrors manually pull out, so you can just pull them and they'll go outwards for trailer pulling. Also, you'll see they have the little pony mirror on the bottom, big mirror on the top. Very, very nicely done. I love these mirrors. Moving along, here's your grab bar for climbing in. And down here, if the lighting will adjust, there we go. Traction control. This is you have backup sensors that tell you if you're going to hit something. And then this, of course, is for when you're trailering and you want to dampen or harden how the brakes work. And your cargo lamp control right up here. Then, when we get to the steering wheel, the usual audio and phone controls and cruise control stuff. Nissan has improved these a lot. You're no longer bumping them when you're turning the wheel. That's a nice thing that I noticed this year they did not do on the Frontier. So, hello Nissan. These controls are way better than what you have on that Frontier. Those little things stick out too much. You hit them. Up here you have, of course, your blinkers and lights and whatnot. Then over here you have your windshield washers and so forth. And then we get to the instrument cluster. Now you notice this is very high visibility black on white, and the little orange around the edge is just a pretty touch. Here's the tachometer, engine heat, or oil heat, I'm sorry, engine heat, battery, fuel, and speed, and transmission or differential heat. So this is this is a very, very nice setup. Now here's the cool thing. At night, when you turn the lights on, let me see if you can see it in the daytime. When you turn the lights on, there you go. You see how all these change? How awesome is that? That makes them so easy to see in the dark. It's a great setup. I really like it. Nissan has done this in a couple of other vehicles as well. Down here, this is the screen that changes according to what you do with your mode control on the steering wheel. For the most part, it's pretty straightforward information. This tells you if you're in 2 or 4-wheel drive. Right now we're in 2. If I turn it on, you'll see it starts to blink and then goes to 4. So it's a very, it's just a quick little way to tell you, and this tells you where you're at. And then if you drop the gears, if you shift, I'll just do that really quick. If you shift into a gear, you'll see it starts moving those around and it starts changing that number to tell you what gear you've manually put it into. Pretty neat. Also, I have put 281.5 miles on this so far. That's about how many I'm going to put on it because they're coming for it today. I've averaged 15.1 miles per gallon and averaged 38.7 miles per hour doing that. So that gives you a rough idea of what I've done for fuel economy in this truck. I did not go to town testing fuel economy numbers in this because it is a full-size pickup truck with a V8 engine and all that implies. It's rated at 17 by the EPA. You're probably going to get that on the highway. Most of my mileage has been a mix of highway and off-road and town driving here. So, 15.1, that's about what you could probably expect. I think that is the combined, if I remember right, on this one. So down here, couple of things I want to note. Here's the 4-wheel drive control. Simple and straightforward. Don't have to know anything to use it. here is your cigarette lighter, aka 12 volt. Now this has the optional trailer package, and this is the trailer brake control. I want you to notice where it is. My foot here is on the accelerator, see that? And my foot here is on the brake, see that? If you slide this seat forward to be closer to things because you're short, like my wife is, you will be hitting this constantly. It's a very annoying placement. This needs to be either on the other side or mounted further this way because it's just a very annoying placement. This is a dealer setup. It's not from the factory, so that's up to the dealer to put it in the wrong spot, not the factory. So we'll blame who needs to be blamed for that. Going over here, here's your infotainment system. It's the usual Nissan system. Very well done. Nice setup. Easy to use. I really like it. Going down, this is, of course, Rockford Fosgate. Can't go wrong with that. Here's your climate controls. Nothing special. Straightforward. What you see is what you get. Very easy to use. This is a awesome little phone cubby. It has a non-slip surface inside. It's just the right size to just set your phone. You can read the screen without having to take the phone out. So if somebody calls, you can see who the caller ID is if you don't have it synced up there. Little things like that. And passenger airbag notice. Now down here you'll see here's your hazard lights. This has heated seats. So there's the passenger, there's the driver. This is your differential lock tow mode to change how the transmission acts. And this turns the 120 outlet on and off. The 120 outlet is in the bed of the truck. Then shifter, straightforward. You come down to here for drive. You go over here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pretty easy to use. Drink holders, and this comes out to make larger drink holders. Nice cubby space here. Have no idea what this little swing out door thing is for because there is nothing in here and nothing right here, so I have no idea what it's for. It's probably an option that either they decided not to include in this one or just is not was something they nixed altogether. Here's a USB. Here's an iPhone plug. Here's a nice sized cubby for a lot of things. You could actually fit an entire tablet, and most small notebooks would fit in here as well. Computers. And you have some little clips and sliding places to put things. There is also, see here, a notebook cubby for like if you have your spiral notebook or a clipboard or something. Goes right here. There's another one on this side, not quite as deep, not as convenient, I would say. Glove box, and there's the you'll see the interior is pretty Spartan. They didn't dress it up at all. There's no reason to. It's a working pickup truck's the idea. Here you have a small glasses holder and a larger wider sunglasses holder, nicely placed. And the back seats. This is not the quad cab. This is the crew cab. This is a quad cab. So those are suicide doors on both sides, driver and passenger, and smaller seats. But these are plenty big enough for car seats and stuff. We had our kids in here, no problems at all. And so there you go. These seats tilt forward, and under here is some nice storage. You can see the netting to get into the storage. The seats also lift up. The seat also lifts up to give you access to that storage. And then there are some rear vents right here. But there's no controls for the passengers back here. And here's your plug-ins for the passengers in the back. All in all, a very well-conceived truck. There are a few little things that I didn't like. But overall, this is you know, it's comparable and competes with most of the half-ton trucks out there in the full-size range. So very nicely done truck. Very good off-road. The Frontier's a little better just because of its size, but very good off-road truck here. I had no complaints at all. So nicely done, Nissan. All right, so for Driving in Wyoming, this has been Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com in the 2014 Nissan Titan Pro-4X. We'll talk to you again soon.